What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Too Many Ideas Podcast. This is episode 31. Back again another week. Remember, if you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment your thoughts on any topics we discuss. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Google, wherever you're at, SoundCloud, like this track, I guess you would call it. And just keep on fucking with us. So, no more Donda cast. We're not going to talk about Donda really too much today. Probably will still, but we're not going to try to. This week, we're going to try to get into a little bit more of the new music that dropped. Most notably, our good guy, Baby Keem, out of California. Kendra's cousin. What?
That shit was sweet as hell towards the bottom. Before I was like, it's kind of watery, but
Oh yeah, I feel like as an audience, y'all deserve to know that we are having Popeyes at 11:30 in the morning right now, and we don't feel proud about it, but
it was treated to us. So.
Yeah, it was forced upon us.
We only have biscuits.
Yeah, just biscuits. Biscuits are okay.
Fucking
right?
Amazing, bro. Fucking
Biscuits
amazing.
are okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna have to slide like a little bit, just because the camera's not gonna get you.
Gotcha. We're switching it up, but I'll go back.
Where was I at?
Baby Keem, new music and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. So, Baby Keem's project dropped, The Melodic Blue, a couple days ago for us. And it's being very well received. I see a lot of people rating this shit way higher than it probably should be rated right now. But I understand at the same time for a general audience hearing Baby Keem and for the first time as far as like wide ranging or whatever or from his next project. A lot of people say he improved a lot from his last project. I'm not sure if I necessarily agree with that. I'll say that there were some improvements, but some things were also a little bit lesser to me for him. And we had this good discussion, I feel like, going about Baby Keem versus Cardi. But before we get into that, I wanted to get your thoughts on the album as a whole. Would you rate it? You're the best.
Shout out to Anthony Fantano.
Yeah, shout out Fantano.
You know, think about it, side note. Like, he just impacted so much. It's so crazy.
Listen, he is killing it on TikTok right now. That fucking dance, bro.
Top of the morning.
Let's get the shit. Like, he was just like, I woke up this morning not thinking I was going to make
and
a
it really
TikTok
started,
trend.
it started a trend. Like, well, it's really crazy. Shout out to him, bro. It's fire. Excuse me. So I've been saying this for a while, kind of off cam. And at first I was like, kind of hesitant to say it, but I'm going to say it now. Baby Keem is not like what people think he is. And what I mean by that is like, he has to me this lyrical aspect to his music. Because he doesn't sound like the Cardis or the Boats, like in Yachty or as in the Uzis. He actually raps. So it gives a bit different ambiance to him, like, oh, he can rap, and then the cosign from Kendrick and Drake, so you're like, okay, no, he's different. And this is no like shot at Keem, because I still believe he's fire. It kind of reminds me of, and hear me out, this might be a stretch to the audience that don't know. I remember when I used to listen to Nestle a lot. I like Nestle over
Shout out to Nestle.
his contemporaries because he could actually rap when it came time to it, and he can also compete in, I guess, in a not a lesser form, a different form of rap, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what it reminds me of. Like, he can go bar to bar, or he can just say crazy, wild shit, and it just sounds amazing. And so the reason why, you know, when we were off camera, that I had this problem with the ratings of the album was, to me, it was like, oh my God to people, because the production was so crazy that it felt like everything he was saying was next level, when to me it wasn't. Yeah. Like, this is, once again, no offense to Keem at all, the project, I still like it. I still listen to it, but I don't think it's like what friends were saying, album changing, life changing, revolutionary, like
influential. He's influencing hip hop right now.
Yeah, like he's changing hip hop, and I don't think, and from what I get from it, and I try to put myself, that's one thing I feel like I do when I rate people's music and whatever. I try to put myself in someone of their shoes. Excuse me. He announced the project a week before.
Yeah.
Not sure how much effort, how much time. Not gonna go as far as to say all that, but he announced it a week before and then dropped it. To me, that lets me know that it's like I take that more so of like here it is. This is what I have. You're gonna take it or leave it. When you do the whole album, year, a couple months, you're building up, you believe like this is the best shit fucking ever. Like y'all gonna know that regardless. And that's not to say that he doesn't believe that, but I personally think this project, and I told Mars this off camera. I was like, I like this project more because it's so early in his career. The Melodic Blues, the name literally tells the whole project. He produced it, most of it, which is amazing. Yeah. And I think he's trying a new sound.
I think it's 13 tracks on here.
No, 14 out of 16.
No, yeah, 14 out of 16. That's what it is. Yeah, that's crazy.
I like the fact that he's trying a new sound so early in his career. No one asked him for it. No one said he's washed up. He sounds the same. Yeah. No one, like, all of that shit that could have happened beat you to it. You know what I mean? And so from this, it's like, I like it. I really do, and I feel like it's going to only help him because from this, there's a lot of good songs there and there's a lot of good production. He can pick and choose what he wants to, grow on and be as a better artist. But when it comes to like, oh my God, this is a 12 out of 10. This is a 100. This is the album of the year. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I don't give it album
like,
of the year.
I don't see it. And the main reason why I even say that, we have 16 songs on here, right?
Yeah.
I have not heard no one quote Keem on any of these songs. All you hear is top of the morning, and Kendrick over everything, which is fine. You can't even compare the fuck. It's not fair. And because Kendrick hasn't been around in years.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
That's not like a fair comparison.
That's kind of the thing. Like, Kendrick has overshadowed him from his 2 features on this shit.
Literally.
But I will kind of like give you some pushback on that as well. Because at the same time, even from like when Family Ties was coming out, the Baby Keem dance is doing his thing on TikTok. His parts are doing their thing.
He's doing the project.
Kendrick things are just doing way bigger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want this to be overlooked from a Keem project because of what blew up. Yeah, essentially. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of positives in this project. And and me, like I said, I'm looking at everything as like a whole. I like the fact that he's doing this so early in his career, showing his production off, showing his ability to try new flows, try new singing.
And like, even though I don't agree with like the ratings, I'm kind of glad that people are
gravitating
some high ratings, because that means they're gonna come back when it's more so him
and
more so his art.
To inform the audience of what like the off-air discussions were, we were having a discussion with Benji and a few of our friends, and I was like, what do you rate this project? And they were saying, or he was saying more so like on some 8 out of 10, 7 to 6, 9, 10 out of type shit. And I'm like, okay, that's fair. I don't care. That's your opinion. What would you rate Whole Lot of Red? And he was like 5. And I was like, how? Like, how? And this is an honest question to the audience, and if you clip this, I'll be nice. Like, what changes? Because this is different for Keem. It really is. And it's a nice sound or whatever. But what changes when it comes to a Whole Lot of Red being a 5 and then Baby Keem being like an 8? Yeah. And I'm like, the lyrical content did not change. Now, Cardi sometimes might know what he's saying, but like the lyrical content of what they're both saying is on the same type of scale. To me, the only thing that changed was the production. And to me, I don't give extra points to a project for sounding more drastic or more dramatic, rather than Cardi being in a whole different lane. You feel me? I think they're both detrimental in hip hop. I think they're both gonna help and change and push something forward, yes. But I don't think it's fair to say, oh, since Cardi was just mumbling and it was fucking raging beats, that's a 5. But since Keem was on dramatic beats, mumbling and saying whatever he wants, it's an 8. And that's what I was trying to get at. Like, I think face value, they're both pretty the same project in the sense of what the content is saying.
See, for me, if I was scaling them, and I really thought about it a couple days after we was talking about it, like if I was scaling them, like if I'm saying that if Cardi shit is a 5, I would probably give Baby Keem shit no more than a 6.5. Yeah, that's what I would say. Just because I don't think that lyrically they're the exact same, because I feel like at places on, at least, and I'm just doing like project for project, at places on this project, Keem does get some kind of like string some thoughts together to make a verse, Okay, and I don't feel like Cardi did that. I'm
gonna do the Anthony Fantano here. I've been giving him a lot of credit for this. Yeah, it's not fair to say just because it wasn't, and you told me this a lot about Travis, just because it wasn't as deep or crazy thinking, that Cardi didn't string along thoughts too. You feel me? Reggie Carter. That's my brother. Okay, that's his thing. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I feel like dying. That's his thing. Yeah. So they're still in their both completely different lanes.
And that's why when it comes to their topics. In their ranges, like I would probably only give Keem like half a point above Cardi for lyrics. And but just like you said, you're not giving him no points for production. But for me, when I'm looking at it, just like anything, I think about like sonically how he did this project, and we can get into all like the technical shit, like chord progressions, sound production, beat switches, all that kind of stuff.
The reason
like,
why I'm saying
that adds value to this project.
I want to make that clear. I'm not saying I'm like giving points for production. I'm just not gonna. Excuse me. To me, you're adding points because he sounds like more artsy and dramatic, and that's the not fair part to me, because you're basically saying, which is the Kanye effect, if Cardi hops on crazy 808s, more singing gospel or moody type beats, you're giving him an 8, correct?
No, because see, when I'm looking at like, if I'm comparing like Cardi's Whole Lotta Red to like Cardi's Die Lit, and how, because on Die Lit, right, those beats weren't like dramatic, crazy, drastic, but the production, it
catered to Cardi.
Yeah, it was perfect.
So would you not say Keem's first project was more catered to his sound? Would you agree or not agree?
I would probably agree to that.
Okay.
But just like with Whole Lotta Red, I feel like that was less catered to Cardi. So I don't feel like the production was like, it didn't balance throughout that whole project in the same kind of way that Die Lit. That's why I would rate Die Lit higher.
You're saying balance like it didn't sound good all the way top to bottom, or balance as in like enough between Cardi and the production? Is that what you're saying?
It didn't sound good all the way top to
bottom.
bottom.
I can agree with that.
But that's why I would rate Die Lit higher than Whole Lotta Red.
Okay, I agree with
probably, and that's also why I rate this a little bit higher than Whole LottaRed. Because in the same kind of way, I feel like the production here is more, the cohesiveness of the production is better than like on Whole Lotta Red.
I agree with that.
But if we doing like this versus Die Lit, it's a little bit more like neck and neck. Die Lit might even edge it out just because of how.
What was Baby Keem's first project called again?
Die For My Bitch.
Die For My Bitch. Okay.
But then he also had like other shit before that, but the main one was
so
Die For My
me,
Bitch.
I've always liked. I want to make this clear, and I think we're both on the same side. Like, we're not saying Keem sucks or Cardi sucks. We're just saying like who I brought up off camera that I feel like these are two contemporaries.
Because I feel like that's a really good comparison.
Because like they're both in complete separate worlds. Like, you're not gonna bring up Keem and Cardi right next to each other. I don't think the average person would.
Yeah, no.
But to me, what they're doing,
view Keem as like a real deal rapper.
Exactly.
And Cardi more as like a trap rapper, but Keem isn't that as much as people give him credit for.
No, because to me, if you look at the two songs where he does string real thoughts together, they're with who? Kendrick. At the beginning of Range Brothers, he's not saying anything. Okay, he's doing his thing. Don't get me wrong, but he's not saying anything. But then when Kendrick hops on the track, it drastically changes, and they both begin to start speaking real shit. You feel me? Family Ties. I mean, the name tells you the fucking song. You feel me? And that's not to say, once again, Keem can hold his own. I definitely believe so. But that's why I like this project so more, for the things that he did do, because it's like, he could have went about this a whole different way. He could have been, I'm lyrical, nigga. I'm this. I'm Kendrick Lamar's cousin, nigga. But he said, really, no, this is me. Yeah,
this stayed in them same kind of Die For My Bitch pockets. Like, he was sliding on his beats. That's what he does.
Yeah, and I'm like, he's like, no, this is me, and I hear the new sounds and the different voices y'all are using, and I can play with that too. And kind of introducing Kendrick to the same thing, because to me, this is like the slow but sure wave of Kendrick coming in with this new sound, you know?
Yeah.
So I can't. Like, I feel like if I rated, people would think like I'm not giving it a fair rating, so I'm not going to say my rating. I like this project for Baby Keem a lot.
Yeah.
Like, a lot. If it would have been somebody else, I probably would hate it. I like it so much because it's like, we don't get too much of Keem. And so when we do, I feel like each time we do, which is, I don't think it's like hard for artists to do, but they don't do it, I feel like he's actually growing and we're hearing it.
Yeah.
You know, like most projects, 3-4 projects in, then you start hearing growth.
Yeah.
But this, before, like, Did Die For My Bitch even, does it count as an album? Is that a mixtape?
I don't think it counts as an
album.
Right? This is his debut album. Yeah, this counts as his debut album.
Okay, so can't even compare it to, really, you know?
Yeah.
So,
and I like there's 16 tracks on here. It's not too many features, so it's really a lot of him on this album.
Yeah.
You know, which is good. And then it's not too many songs, it's not too few songs. And then his production, of course, is like all
amazing.
over the whole thing.
It's amazing.
You know, so it's really good. And because I think I gave, when we was talking about it off camera, I think I gave a Whole Lotta Red like a 6.
Yeah,
I didn't think I gave it a 5.
Your rating made sense. You gave it like a 6 and you gave us like a 7.5 or something.
Yeah.
And
I feel like that's a fair rating for both of those projects.
Yeah, to
honestly.
Me, so this is, and I want to make this clear. I feel like it's a good debate. And I know it comes down to people's personal opinion, but I do believe when you become deemed artsy and dramatic and theatrical, the lyrical content can somewhat fail and it still be perceived as deepness. And hear me out. And I think this is a good comparison as well, but you guys let me know, which project do you like more? So Much Fun or Astroworld?
So Much Fun or Astroworld?
Because I think that you can make the argument of what I'm saying with those two albums.
Yeah, I get what you're going for. See, it's kind of hard for me to give one over the other because I feel like I listen to them in two different kind of spaces. And I feel like they're both really, really, really good.
Yeah, I agree.
Spaces. But if someone out there, audience is probably everybody's gonna say Astroworld.
Yeah,
because like you said, like to call it like more dramatic, but it's more, it's beat switches. It's
there's
chord progression.
There's more to it, even if you don't know music like that. You can feel like there's more to it.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I said, shout out to Anthony Fantano. I'm gonna give him his credit because, I think at the beginning stages of Anthony Fantano, when I was watching him and he was rating people like Bo and Cardi, he was looking at him in the more sphere of how he does music. And I feel like I could be wrong, but I think over time I've seen him more rate them in their lane of music.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And so that's what
I feel like is important.
Yeah, that's what I'm starting to learn how to do because it's like Thug and Travis to me are in the same lane of music. But just because Thug isn't doing these crazy beat switches or dramatic shit doesn't take away that his songs aren't as good as someone that does do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so that's something I'm learning and trying to like take in for myself too, because it's like there's still good music without it being, that dramatic or whatever the case you want to call it.
Just like with
theatrical.
Just like with Dial Lit, it's not like crazy chord progression, it's not crazy anything like that. But like when you're in the pocket perfectly with the production and it's like you're meshing, that's the same thing with So Much Fun. Yeah. Like it's like perfectly in line, like meshes extremely well. So you got to give credit to the production and the artist, the lyrics, whatever. You know what I mean? With Astroworld, Astroworld and So Much Fun is a better in line kind of comparison, I think, than like Whole Lotta Red and the Melodic Blue, because I think that Astroworld, the things that it does as far as like its quote unquote dramatics versus So Much Fun and the things that it does by being so well, just meshing so well. Like I don't know. Yeah, because
I feel like So Much Fun is
has its own
one of the
like,
few
values.
projects this past, and y'all could think of a few if it comes to mind. These past like 5 to 7 years, not say 5, 7 might be a reach, but 5 years that's like did so great and was actually cohesive as hell. Like, and we're not saying, like I saying, there's no dramatics, there's no crazy interludes, there's no like, trying to make it more and more and more grand. It was like, no, this is Young Thug. Damn near, every part of YSL had a hand in something. His family, Atlanta, everything had a part, and it still sounded extremely cohesive.
I think all the best trap projects, when you think about So Much Fun, you think about Dial It, I feel like those are always like the most cohesive sounding albums. Like, out of anything.
The only reason why I'm giving so much when I get so much more praise than like a Dial It, I'm still thinking about commercial success. Like, it wasn't on certain songs, like, okay, this was kind of like the radio bop or whatever. Like, no. Yeah. Top to bottom to me sounded cohesive. Yeah. And it still did its commercial success while, feeding the streets. So, yeah, I mean, outside of like, I guess you can compare it. I wouldn't because I think it's different. But you could compare it to, say, Roddy Ricch and his project. But I think that's a little different there. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he was as cohesive. I'm just saying. Like, those songs were kind of like, they weren't badly placed at all, or production, but it was, just a little bit like War Baby, and then you got High Fashion. And then
I don't think that Roddy's project was as cohesive. It was just, it was sequenced well.
Yeah, it was blended well, very well.
It blended well. Yeah. But yeah, I do really like the Melodic Blue project. People might think a 7.5 is not a good rating to say you really like it, but you got to think about the whole scale. Like, it could go all the way down to 0. Like,
yeah, I think
if Fantano gives this a 7.5, that's a good ass rating.
Yeah, if he gives anything over a 5, it's great, honestly. But I think this is a great project. And I'm looking at the scale for Baby Keem. You can some may say that's biased, but I think it's a great project, and I'm just dying to hear what's next. I'm not the hugest Baby Keem fan. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm just interested to see where he goes next, man. It's just so early in his career. Yeah. He's introducing Kendrick's new sound, which is fire, and Keem is playing with his voice. And if anything, if you didn't even like this project, you can't say the fact that him experimenting with his production is not just next level, you know?
Yeah.
Because
You got a favorite song off the project?
I think it's towards the end. I'm not gonna lie, he repeats himself mad much, but it sounds kind of 808-ish, kind of like sad breaking song. I don't know which one that one is. Is it?
Issues is the one with the video. Did you see the video?
No, I didn't click that
Where
one.
he's riding the bike through the desert.
How much? I mean, how does that go? If I remember.
I don't remember how Issues go. Yeah,
Can't
I don't
verbalize.
remember how Issues goes.
Basically, I like the slower cuts on this. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, because at first I was like, I don't know about your voice on this one, but I give it another listen. I was like, no, I could rock with this.
Yeah.
Issues in 16 were like definitely the slowest.
I can't remember how 16 sounds. I can pretty much remember how everything else sounds.
I'm trying to remember.
Fucking Trademark USA was
Yeah,
a great intro.
That was a great intro. It was.
Yeah, it was a great intro. I really like First Order of Business because that sounded like it's not like a whatchamacallit, like a radio single, but it just sounded very.
Yeah, it was Scars. Yeah, he's right.
It was.
I
Kinda
mean,
like
not Scars. What song was
what
it?
Issues?
No, Scars was my favorite song. My fault.
Oh, Scars.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's surprising.
Right?
Yeah, I was okay on that one, but I wasn't like loving it. First Order of Business, I really like that song. That First Order of Business, the beat and the way he took it kind of reminded me of some like Vince Staples shit from his last project.
You said what song?
First Order of Business. You remember how that one goes?
No.
First Order of Business, yeah. Gotta thank my mama.
Yeah.
Like I liked his approach on that one. That was good.
I feel like it was LA vibes. That's why.
Yeah. Low key. The only song I really did not like on here was South Africa. Like I didn't like that song.
I didn't
at
get
all.
the fuck. I was just like, what's going on here?
I didn't like that.
Yeah,
shit at all.
I didn't get that one either.
But I like Gorgeous. I like Gorgeous a lot.
Let that shit rock.
Gorgeous was really good. I wish he would have had Don singing on Coco instead of rapping. Like I didn't really.
Yeah,
get
it was
what I wanted out of that.
Yeah,
song.
it was one of those songs. You know, the same way it started, it was the same way, and they had like
Yeah.
the same exact locked in flow.
Yeah, Boo Man was cool. Vent.
Oh, that's interesting. Vent has the most looks.
Oh yeah, because that was the. Wait, no, it does.
Yeah, look.
Family Ties has the most looks. 824.
I wasn't counting the single.
Oh well, Range Brothers has more looks than it too.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, okay.
But Vent,
For
I
obvious
feel like
reasons.
Vent sounded better when it was a snippet. It don't sound bad on here, but I do feel like the snippet that he played at the concert was just like
Fire.
it just gave it that better energy.
Yeah.
But I feel like at shows, a lot of this shit is gonna go up because
definitely
the way he performs and. Niggas gonna be raging the issues, and I'm gonna just be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Niggas gonna be raging the Range Brothers, bro.
Man, I can't wait to see like a crowd during the top of the morning. Like I really can't. That shit's gonna go crazy.
That shit's gonna be
That shit's
amazing.
gonna go crazy. But yeah, overall a solid project. I'd say this is a good debut for him. Is he going on tour? Do we know if he's going on tour?
I mean, I know he's on a few festivals, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not sure about a single tour yet.
Yeah, actually, I don't think so because he's been doing like shows here and there and saying
I mean,
it's not a tour yet, but
does
it's
not-
gonna come.
Does
but
it not
still.
make sense for him and Kendrick to be on the same tour when Kendrick drops?
It does. That actually does make a lot of sense. Yeah.
Or maybe even one last TDE tour. That would be amazing. I have to go to that.
Even if it's just them two, I feel like I gotta go to that show.
I mean, yeah, if it is, but I'm saying a TDE tour though, I have to go to that. Like
no,
a
for real,
farewell
for
tour. Oh my god.
Yeah.
TDE, make it happen, bro. Like make that shit happen.
That would be crazy. That would be
for real.
crazy. Yeah. I'm glad it hasn't been announced yet because I have to miss every fucking thing because every fucking show is next month.
Literally.
Goddamn, Tame Impala is coming. I think Tame Impala is at the end of this month.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I really want to go to that shit. But it's just
gonna
bad timing.
We're gonna jump around on the list today. I like this list. I like this setup. Football is back, is what I'm about to say. Okay,
Niggas said football is
let's
back.
skip to that. Yo, I'm
All right,
super
go.
excited.
Take it away, brother.
I'm super
not a
excited.
football
We
fan.
got the Browns. You know, I'm an OBJ fan, and I'm starting to even love Baker
I saw
Mayfield.
a fucking article that says they're looking like they're gonna win their division.
Yeah, man. Because the Ravens got hurt so much. Like now,
true,
like
true, true.
that was everybody's kind of
Two
like
players got out in the same practice. That's
Yeah.
nuts as fuck.
that was kind of everybody's like, okay, Browns or Ravens. But I definitely see the Browns coming out, especially if they win today against Kansas, which I think they can definitely do, depending on how much Baker.
Kansas
I mean,
City today.
yeah, depends how much OBJ plays today. But
Niggas said they was gonna get washed today, but
No, I don't see
I
that.
don't believe that.
football, just bro, basketball, football, everything''s like so exciting for me again because now, like, of course, the Lakers are stacked with my favorite player in the fucking world, Russell Westbrook. But even outside of that, I'm just excited to see. Okay, let me change that. The West is fucking stacked. Like everybody, you feel me? So I'm excited to see that. Football is back today, finally, once again, and yeah, I'm interested to see. The Browns got an interesting schedule. We can't talk about the Falcons, but
Are they trash this year again?
I mean, they're not ever trash. Like, no. To me, even the trash teams, quotation marks, in the NFL are still pretty like they're intense games. Like everything's intense, bro. And especially because a lot of people are getting hurt. And then you still got to worry about COVID somewhat. And then, yeah, it's an interesting season for everything, for basketball, football, all sports, all across the board. And I'm just excited. And we even started this episode early. Not because of me, but I'm just happy it worked out this way. Like, what time is it right now? It's fucking 12:18, bro. And the game comes on at 4. I'm trying to be home by 3:30. So this is fucking lovely, bro.
You gotta have 30 minutes of prep time.
Nigga, what? I gotta shower, make sure the wings is right, get in front of the TV, turn it up to 99, and we goody, bro.
You said make sure the what's is right?
The wings.
Oh.
Yeah, nigga. I'm wearing all brown for a reason, bro. Dead ass. Like, if I had a jersey, nigga, what?
I'm surprised you haven't got a jersey yet.
I'm down. I've never been a jersey guy. I'm not gonna hold you.
You don't look like a jersey guy.
Yeah, I've never been a jersey guy, but still, I'll get one just to look at it.
But them jerseys with the actual like stitched on numbers,
Yeah.
you remember them shits?
I was talking about.
I don't like the ones where it's just like the
printed
fucking
type
iron
shit?
on shit.
Yeah.
Like them shits is trash. But the ones with the stitched in, those shits go hard. I had one of those for the Bears.
I only
back
had
in the day.
one basketball jersey. Now I don't even think that shit was mine. I think it was James. And I never had a jersey, so I think that's probably why I don't really.
I hated basketball jerseys because the only basketball jerseys I could find was them swingman shits, and you know I'm short. Them shits come down to my
Nigga said
knees.
swingman shit.
I gotta like tuck them in.
This nigga James had a Denver Nuggets jersey for like ever. A Melo jersey like forever. I thought that shit was so fire.
Oh yeah, I remember him used to wear that shit
all the time. But check, we're gonna go from the bottom up now. The Ye and Travis beef is on our list to be spoken about, which is interesting. If the audience don't know, Ye's unreleased, right? We can say it. Yeah, unreleased song with Andre 3000 was leaked by.
And I went back and listened to it. I don't know if it was a real deal like shot.
We're gonna get into that. So, Ye, which if you guys don't know, anywho, if you guys don't know, Drake released a song that was a diss towards him, and of course, people took that like, oh my God, and we were only worried about Drake because he dropped the song and it was a diss towards him. Andre 3000's verse was impeccable, by the way. And then also on this same diss track, there's a diss towards, what we believe to be at least, a diss towards Travis. Now, us on this podcast are a little indifferent on it because it honestly sounds like Kanye being Kanye and just calling someone out on something that he disagrees with. But it is on a diss track, so it's kind of like he may be playing with the fact that he's kind of dissing Travis. You know, it's Kanye being Kanye. That's such a broad thing to say, but it really is. And so I'm going to let Mars take it and quote the line specifically, and then we can jump into it.
So he says, Trav, smile for these white people if you want, while we build a team to get Hoover out the joint. Basically just kind of like saying like, hey, Travis just out there getting money. We're trying to actually make a real change in life and for people. And I could see it being like a real deal, like, yeah, fuck this nigga diss, like maybe something happened between them in such a short amount of time. But I could also just see it being like maybe some, I see, it's hard to know just because I'm not exactly sure when this diss was in comparison to the Chicago show where there was like literally buddy
it had to be after that. It literally have to be after. And the thing is, this is my analysis, my little hunch. I don't really think this is a shot at Travis. I think there's a lot of things going on in between the Drake camp and Kanye's camp. And so it could be any little thing. I was telling Mars off camera, I'm like, it could be anything that Travis would have done and said and just made Kanye look at him differently in the midst of this song also being leaked. Also, other things are probably being shot at towards Kanye from Drake. And the only common factor in that the world knows at least, is Travis, you know? So it could really be anything, but I'm really bringing this point up to make a whole new point, is that these shots towards Travis has always been a thing from bigger artists. Like, Jay-Z, I think, came on and said something, if I'm not mistaken. Was it Jay-Z? I know Travis, I mean, not Travis, how about I say T-Pain? T.I. definitely when the Super Bowl thing happened. Didn't Jay-Z say something too, or no?
When the Super Bowl thing happened?
So when Travis was performing at Super Bowl, mad big artists were like,
oh yeah, a lot of people did. Yeah,
no,
a
like,
lot of people did say
so like,
about it.
this whole thing isn't new. We've talked about it on the podcast before with the whole, he's in it for the money and the kids and the white people, blah, 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 blah. But, I don't... You just really can't say too much with this because at the end of the day, you married Kim Kardashian. So, like what the fuck are you saying, bro? Like, it's literally the same exact... Y'all did the same thing. Yes, you've changed your life now, and, you're pushing a lot more for the people, and we're all lovely of that, or grateful for that, but I don't even think this is much of a diss. I agree with you, Mars. I think it just could have been
and it's not gonna turn into nothing. Like
I just think it was like a bad day argument, whatever, or even Travis probably walked in on the session. Like, all right, he ain't get a piece too. Yeah, like you feel me? And he had to name drop him or something.
This is the perfect time to shout out Kanye's engineer. Hope you found God. All that good stuff.
I honestly don't believe that shit. I'm not gonna hold you.
That shit was so fucking funny.
And it could be 100%
necessarily like believe it either, but it does. Whoever, if it was fake, they faked it really well to me.
Yeah,
I feel like that was exactly how Kanye would have said that.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
You don't think he would have been like, find God?
No.
You're fired?
No.
I see that.
Out of all the arguments we've seen Kanye indulge in, go find God, nah, I don't think he would have said that. It'd have been something a little bit more, like, I gave you the opportunity, nigga, this, that, and the third. And then it was some verse from God, but like, I don't think it would, I don't think so. It wouldn't have just been.
Kanye would have been like, man, get this nigga out of here.
But they said his iCloud was leaked or he got iCloud hacked or some shit like that. So I just haven't believed too much of the Donda-esque things like after shit because like, what happened? Like, it's like we have so many verses that were supposed to be on the album, alternate versions of artists that we have no clue who they were or are. And then like now this, like, it could be 100% true. Just how we're receiving the information, or at least to me, how I'm receiving the information, I'm like, all right, I'm just tired of everything. Like, yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if Kanye has some kind of way in this, because like, just when you think, Donda, okay, it's over, just something else being brought up. Something else being brought up. Something else being brought up. And it's small details, but it's still leading to more and more. Now the new thing is, will Kanye be on the GD Anthem remix? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's crazy. I would love to hear it, but that's crazy.
That is crazy. I like to hear it too. Like, you just never really know what is true on the internet. But like, I just feel like we're constantly being fed at least once a week, and that's bare minimum once a week. Something new of Donda or affiliated with Donda and Kanye West is being out. So I don't know.
I'm not sure either. What's more interesting and funnier to me is this diss to fucking LeBron right before the Travis diss. Which is, I feel like people probably didn't pick up on that, but it says, I can't stand it when it talks about putting the kids back in Sierra Canyon when daddy got his own school. And he's kind of talking, it might not even be a diss to LeBron, because he could also be talking about himself, because he had his kids in Sierra Canyon, and he put them into the Yeezy school.
Yeah.
So this could be maybe like a thing where he's talking like Kim maybe wants to put him back in Sierra Canyon. Yeah. But if you're looking at it from the diss avenue, LeBron has his own school, but he put his kids in Sierra Canyon. Yeah. So it's just kind of funny that he would even like.
Every time I think of Sierra Canyon,
it's always that deep level shit.
Yeah, I always think of Bronny. But reading this line, and then kind of just saying, I don't know, it's like, I don't think it's like now that I'm fully reading everything and taking it in its context, I don't think it's him. I don't think it's LeBron, because why not say LeBron? You said Trav. You said Drake. Why? Like, I think this was about himself, honestly, because like that's the leading line into talking about white people. So I feel like it's like a contradiction. Like, hey, I can't stand it where this talks about putting the kids back in Sierra Canyon and referring to white systematic blah 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 blah. When daddy got an own school, like, what am I doing this for? And then leads into the Travis smile for the white people, blah, blah. So I think that reading this fully, I definitely think that's about him. I don't think it's about LeBron.
Yeah, I feel like it's about him too, but the same, people was taking it to the LeBron diss, which I thought was, I just thought it was funny, like, at the end of the day. But, yeah.
I just want to know why he be beefing with LeBron, but everybody's Team Drake right now.
Because LeBron is Team Drake?
Yeah,
like, super Team Drake.
Yeah, you remember when you remember when Drake was explaining his feelings and everything that happened with Kanye, and everybody was like, like, so dramatic, like Kanye came in there and killed the nigga or something.
And this nigga Drake was looking at LeBron like that was his dad. Like, when LeBron was just like, I know you shouldn't do that. Yeah, I know. Like,
I definitely think they shot that shit too over dramatic. I don't even think they did it on purpose, but like they was like zooming in and like
that shit was hilarious.
So over dramatic, but
The
That shit was.
Everything that Drake and LeBron is in, I feel like they just make it. I don't know if they tell them to do this, but it's just always overly dramatic. Like
I'm pretty sure they do. Like,
yeah,
I'm
probably
pretty
tell them
that's
to do
part
that.
of it.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, we gotta really like exaggerate this shit. Like, I feel like that's pretty normal. But on to the next thing. Not really Donda beating CLB as a fan favorite, but how poorly you've been sending me this shit too. But I've been seeing it on my own TL. How poorly people are rating Certified Lover Boy.
So I want to take this one. I've seen it just so fucking much, and I feel like it's absolutely true. So I'm glad that I didn't state how I felt about the project in the time of I felt like it, because I'm able to read and see everything now. Because who said this? One of the reviewers that I follow on TikTok. And I also think Voltageist made a review. He's fire as well on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And it just the overall summary of Drake right now is like, why are you guys surprised by this project sounding like this? Like, Drake has never had content to rap about. Like, and I've always said this. Like, that's why I like Drake so much as well. But I guess this is the con of it. I'm like, Drake went from the most like, I guess, hippie, sad, hipster artist to the most confident, best artist in the world. Mm-hmm. You know, and I was like, bro, that's great. Like, you start off, you know, being a child of 808 and heartbreak to now you can make damn near killing music and we're gonna love it. You know what I mean? So I think that was fire. But then when people were saying like,
still don't get how this nigga gets away with doing killer music.
But it doesn't matter, okay? Because he's fucking Drake. That's the point. So, but people are basically saying like kind of what I said, but in reverse. Like, he's never truly had what we've been saying, a niche. Mm-hmm. So it's like he gives you what you want. He's never really had like a hard topic to rap about. Why were you expecting anything different? But and this is why, you know, this is a discussion we can have in the comments. This is why I feel like Drake hasn't aged yet, because it's not like outside of Take Care, I haven't heard nobody be like, I want this Drake back. You get Take Care, maybe when nothing was the same. Yeah. The latest project you're gonna get is It's Too Late for Reading This. That's about it. Mm-hmm. But all those projects to me all stem back from where? Take Care. Mm-hmm. It was all Drake kind of like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit of this. I'm gonna give you a little bit of this. And so, fan favorite wise, I can see why people will pick Donda. Because it's not about stemming or it's not about this. Kind of like we talked about, after you play a song, after you play that album, your favorites stand out immediately. And they stick with you. Yeah. Versus the Drake song, favorite or not, I mean, you're going to hear them everywhere. Mm-hmm. So they're going to become your favorite. You feel me? So like, that's not no shot at Drake, but I've just been genuinely shocked about the whole, basically the topic now is like, Drake's never had content to rap about. Why are you guys surprised? It's still a great project. Whatever. You know? And I agree. Like, that's why I said when we had our discussion, I'm like, he sounds like he's having fun. Like, it's over for him. Like, oh, you think I'm beefing with you, Kanye? No, you're beefing with me. And when I choose to address you, just make sure you're ready. That's it. And here's this album, by the way, guys. That's how I took it. Now, this is the reason why I like Voltageist's like review of everybody. Because it took a year to get this. Mm-hmm. Why? We will never know.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing a lot of people say. Like, it got delayed for this. Yeah. Like, you didn't improve anything.
Yeah, like, and
like,
that's
a lot of people were shitting on it for that.
Like, the time and then the random build, like, shout out to Volta, guys. I can't make it like no more clear. Like, he literally said everything I was saying. Like, the fucking billboards, the dramaticness, and then you just got a regular Drake project. If this was dropped last year after he announced it, we would have loved it. There would have been you couldn't give it a negative review, because in the same sense that I'm saying with the Baby King thing, was a 1 week, here you are, this is what it is. Mm-hmm. You can't take nothing more, take nothing less. I gave you within a week span of saying it and announcing it. Yeah. So now, when you give us a year plus, because I think it was a year and a half-ish. Mm-hmm. Yeah, then that's what niggas was saying. He tore his ACL, so he pushed back the album.
This nigga was really building up this story. Like, yeah, man.
Nigga put a heart in his head every day.
Yeah, literally.
For this. You feel me? And I'm not knocking Drake. You feel me? Like I said, the project is good, but this is an example where we were expecting dramatics. Yeah, like, exactly. Definitely dramatic.
Exactly. Everybody was expecting
like theatrical.
Oh my God, this shit is about to go crazy. And he had like maybe like one or two crazy songs.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not gonna lie. I expected to hear just off Certified Lover Boy. I thought I was gonna hear a lot of The Weeknd, probably some Andre 3000, like some big ass random features, and like I just really thought this was gonna be the one to say like, yeah, nigga, there's all no topping me.
There's nope, all the same ones.
But
the only new one was Kid Cudi, and that was a mid song.
But you said what?
No Party Next Door.
But they haven't been partying in a while.
Party's all over this shit.
Relax.
Relax. check the credits.
And
he's back there somewhere.
But I do believe Drake definitely keeps his ears to the streets. I do believe after this project we're gonna hear a lot of new features, and I do believe they're gonna be newer artists. Like I would not be surprised if Drake has a Yeet feature on his album or his mixtape.
Oh yeah, that's coming.
I think he's gonna do his Dark Lane like demo shit a lot now, like a lot, because it's music right then and there with people that we like right then and there, and it's not too much of a promotion, not too much. This is just enough, but just enough for Drake is fucking huge. You feel me? So I think I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of get like more flashes of Drake, more in like bits and pieces, and then to a bigger project of newer artists, somewhat of the sicko mode method, I would say.
Yeah. I don't want him to be like on like a Yeet Get Busy remix. I wanted like a whole new song, like something different.
No. Yeah, if it was a remix, I feel like we would have kind of been guessing it by now. But I don't get those vibes from Drake no more. I definitely think he does songs. Like he put Fabi on the song, right, for Dark Lane.
Yeah.
He put Giveon on the song. So yeah, I don't get remix vibes from him no more.
Yeah, hopefully not. And hopefully he doesn't just like take the sound and start doing it on his own. I don't feel like he's about to go that.
Yeah, I haven't. Like I said, I haven't really got. I don't know the nigga, but I haven't gotten those vibes or sounds like from him.
He's starting to like actually with these newer artists. He's starting to actually like align himself with them.
Yeah.
So like publicly. So
Yeah.
it's just like, okay, if you take the sound now, you just slap in the face at this point. You just took a picture with the nigga. Like he's obviously a smaller artist.
Yeah.
Like,
with the Yeet thing might be a little different though, because I feel like Yeet is like, unlike the artist, and this is a different fucking time. So like, unlike Block Boy JB, for example, those songs were huge already, like on the radio already.
Yeah, true.
You feel me? Yeet, that's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Favi, I think you could have. Yeah, you could say somewhat the same thing, like a little gray area. He definitely had his radio hits, but he wasn't like Block Boy JB. That song was everywhere. You feel me?
True.
Excuse me. So
Yeet is
I
just all over
definitely
TikTok.
think Drake is catching on and with the times, always with the times, and he understands like, hey, like I can just fuck with these niggas. I can, make music, and it doesn't have to be like instant radio hit or instant remixes. He was on a fucking killing spree with that. So.
Yeah. Speaking of Yeet, what do you feel like is his main appeal to people? Like, why do you feel like literally like every song that he had, not every song that he has, but a lot of his songs have blown up so much on TikTok.
It's purely the beats. Shout out to Yeet. I always love to hear. Before we get into this, can you actually click his biography or whatever? Because I would like to see if is he actually just white? I've been saying that I think he's
Yeet Mexican?
I think he's Mexican. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, cool. Perfectly fine.
Caucasian, Mexican, and Romanian. Which explains the diverse sound and incomparable swagger.
Yeah, because I'm
Whoever
like, bro,
wrote this?
because Sonny was trying to tell me like, bro, I think he's just white. And we had a discussion on it. I was like, bro, there's just no way he sounds like this. Like, there's just no way. Like, and then like I know he has a huge Mexican fan base, so I'm just like, there's just no fucking way. If he was purely white, I would just take my shirt off. Like, yo, my nigga, hats off to you, bro. Cause like at this point, we're not winning this race war at all. White niggas sound like this not like we're not winning.
His name is Noah Smith.
Yeah, shout out to him. But yeah,
He's how old? 21.
Yeet's production is like amazing. His voice changing ability is amazing. He reminds me a lot of doo-wop.
He has two songs that is basically like the same beat, interpolated, and they both sound hard.
Yeah, he reminds
about that and sorry about that. Them shits go crazy.
He reminds me of doo-wop and Chief Keef a lot, which are kind of the same people because Chief Keef inspired doo-wop. So he's definitely part of that era. But the reason why he's different is these beats are harder and he changes his voice more and plays with his voice more. So I'm interested. I'm like extremely interested to see where he can go next. Only thing he needs from I think will be his next step is just different production. Like that's pretty much it. His voice and flows are locked. His melodies are locked. From this point on, it's just about different production and seeing how versatile he really can be. And sometimes I hear some Sofago in there, but I think because they both kind of hit that high vocal range type situation,
true.
But definitely not on purpose. None of the influences I said was like, oh, let me go copy these niggas. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm saying like I can get that same kind of doo-wop vibe, like being inspired by Chief Keef. Although I don't think he ever said that. But
you listened to his project in full?
Not in full.
No. It was cool. It was one song on there. Can you pull up the project for me, Levi? It's Up to Me. This nigga done zoomed in. There was one song on there. It's right there. Popular Yeet albums.
Right there.
Yeah, Get Busy is obviously like extremely hard, but Rockstar, the song right after Get Busy, that shit goes crazy.
Who's he signed to now? I would assume he signed.
I'm not
I
sure.
should say Warner. Them niggas Warner ain't playing no game. Boy.
It doesn't. He's not. Distributor is Foundation Media. He's just copyright with Twizzy Rich, which is his own thing, his own label type of thing. I don't think he's signed, like outwardly signed, like project put out by somebody. I think it's more so like affiliation.
A few people was telling me how he like really be working and putting out mad work and video after video and project after project. So once again, I'm not trying to just throw that out there, but sounds a lot like to me like Chief Keef formula, like putting out mad projects, mad videos, mad work, you know? So I'm really interested to see how that works in today's world because music is taken so like quick. Like, so you're giving it out just as quick. I'm not sure that's going to burn you out or if he's going to stay afloat. But regardless, shout out to this nigga because like I said, his voice is very versatile, very, very versatile. And I think he has a lot of potential. He's fire.
Yeah, he came out blazing for sure. All right. Yeah, we could wrap it right here.
Nigga said we're going to cut it just like that. Like, all right, guys, bye. Like, that's how that sounded. Like, all right, bye.
Nah, I mean, we're just going to wrap it right there. Finish up that eat topic and, you know what I mean, move along.
All right, bet. We out of here. Next
Appreciate
episode.
y'all for watching, listening.
We're going to do 2 episodes. So if you see us in, like, different clothing, like, you know, I mean, same clothing, my fault. Levi behind the camera might be in different clothing because you never see him.
Don't ask about it. Don't mention it.
Just know we do a lot of things in a day to make sure this shit gets done. That's all I got to say. Like,
yeah, exactly.
We care. He makes sure we put this shit first. So, yeah, fire. We out.
We are out of here.